Hi, today is a cardio day. So we're going to start standing up at the top of the mat in mountain pose. And we're going to get moving right away today. So on our inhale, let's go ahead and lift the arms up and feel a nice big stretch at the top. And then with the exhale, we'll drop the arms back down. Extending our mountain pose as we inhale, reaching high. And then releasing as we exhale, letting the arms drop low. Let's go one more time like that. And then release. Good. Now we're going to add our chair pose on. So with the inhale, we'll lift. On our exhale, we're just going to drop the arms down right in front of the shoulders as we take a seat. Let's flow that a few times. So inhaling, extended mountain. Exhaling into chair. Good. We'll do one more like that, and then we're going to add on. We're going to add on a little bit more movement, a little bit more energy. This time as you exhale, we're going to swoop the arms down, swing down, and then lift up. So we exhale to flush out and inhale to fill back up. You could even let the breath come out of the mouth if you'd like to. Maybe kind of sigh that breath out. Again, just with the idea of flushing out maybe some of that stale air at the bottom of the lungs. Anything that you're holding on to energetically, emotionally that you want to let go of. Good, let's go one more like that. Fill back up here at the top with the inhale. And then we'll just bring the hands to the heart. Exhale. Take a moment here. Feel the warmth that we've already created. The flow of energy. And the movement, the beating of our heart. We're going to come into the chair pose now to hold. So we'll stay deep in our seat, but we're going to add some arm swings on again. So we'll inhale the arms here. On the exhale, we swoop. We stay low, but lift through the arms. Exhale. Let's go two more times, just like that. Good. Let's hold that chair pose. One more in breath. And again, exhale, meeting the hands at the heart. Good. We're going to create our standing flow here. As we inhale, we'll lift high. With our exhale, let's take a swan dive down into our first forward fold. So let's give into this first one. Again, another nice deep exhale breath here. A nice cleansing and releasing breath out. With the next inhale, let's be very intentional here as we climb up onto the shins and we welcome a brand new fresh breath in. And see if you can let it travel lower into the lungs than we had been a few moments ago. We'll then let it out deeply again as we exhale. As we reverse our swan dive this time, instead of just the chair pose, let's take a nice strong arm swing here. We'll lift up and then we'll repeat. So we're going to dive into the forward fold. Exhale. Climb up onto the shins. Inhale. Drape back down with the exhale. We'll reverse the swan dive. Big, beautiful in-breath. And then flush it out as you exhale and sink. We'll do that one more time. Swan dive wide. Reaching into the depths of the forward fold. And then finding spinal length here and torso strength as you fill up with breath. And then release it again. Let's reverse the swan dive. One more strong arm swing here. We'll lift. And one more time. Let's just come to that strong beating heart. Feeling the blood and the breath just pumping through you. That life energy. Good. Changing position now. Let's inhale, reach high. As we exhale, we're going to dive into the forward fold. And then we'll just climb down to the hands and the knees for a tabletop. We're going to start to flow through cat and cow. So let's round away here, coming into cat pose. And then we'll pull through into the cow. And we're going to go back and forth like we normally do. But if you're comfortable with it today, I want you to speed it up a little bit. So you can go as fast here as it works for your body. Keep it a little slower if that's better for you. But let's really feel that spinal flexion, that cat, that cow, your spinal extension, exploring the edges here of your spinal mobility at a little bit brisker pace today. moving the energy just a little bit more quickly today. Find whatever breath rhythm works for this increased flow of movement. It doesn't have to look how it always does or feel how it always does. In fact, we want it to feel a little different today, perhaps a little more challenging, a little bit more active. Good. Now let's go ahead and settle back into child's pose. We can spider walk those fingers forward. Let's make it an extended child's pose. Stay here a little longer if you'd like, but if you're ready for it, we'll come into downward facing dog. And as we pedal the heels today, maybe you also do that just a little bit more enthusiastically, almost like a little power walk here that you're taking with your down dog. All the while, the hands are nice and anchored, both the right and the left, keeping you steady, keeping you secure against the earth. Good. Now let's come forward to our first plank, whichever variation works for you. And then we'll go ahead and lower down to the ground, take a little back bend here, baby cobra. And then exhale, let's go back again into down dog or child's. We're going to crawl or walk our way forward back up to the top of the mat. When we get there, we'll reverse our swan dive, take a big, beautiful breath in, and then land at the heart as we exhale. Inhaling again, extended mountain. Exhaling, diving back down into the forward fold, a half fold, shoulder blades back, head forward, a full fold, crown down. Let's step the left foot back, long lunge here. We're going to drop that back knee. Now we're going to climb up onto this front knee. So right hand holds the right knee. And let's go ahead and lift the left arm up. And we're going to actually take some arm swings here in our kneeling lunge. And we'll just start with a single arm swing to start. So we arch back just a little bit with the inhale. And then with the exhale, we're swooping down. Now you can keep going with this single arm variation, or if you want to try about 3 more, you can add the right arm on too. Use that front foot to help you feel very anchored and very steady. Let's go one more time here, and then we're coming into prana mudra. So we bend the elbows, we open up the heart space, we lean back just a bit, we feel the beating heart. We take a deep breath in. And then with the exhale, let's just pull back just for a moment here into kneeling pyramid. Good. We'll shift back to the top of the mat, and then we'll step back to downward facing dog, where you could choose to take a yogi vinyasa or not. So either resting or flowing during these transition times. Now let's step the left foot forward so we keep that right leg back this time. We'll go ahead and drop that back knee, and again we'll climb up. So left hand will come to the left knee, right arm will reach high. Let's take a deep breath in, and then as we exhale, we'll swoop down. Just the right arm to start. And then for the last 3, if you'd like to add that left arm on, you can. Good. One more here. Holding up, and then again, let's just open up into that prana mudra, that life energy mudra. Feel it pulsating throughout your body. Deep breath in. Exhale. A quick little kneeling pyramid check-in. This time we'll bend that front knee, and we're going to step forward to the top of the mat. Let's tuck the chin, take a look back through the legs, and then we'll reverse our swan dive here. Let's take one strong arm swing. We'll lift and land at the heart. Good. So working with a crescent lunge now, or perhaps a warrior one. So we're going to step the left foot back, and we'll keep that back heel lifted for the crescent lunge variation. If you're more comfortable in warrior one, you can drop the back heel, angle the back toes. In either place, we're going to turn the hips forward, bend that front knee deeply, and reach strong through the arms. You guessed it, we have more arm swings coming up. So stay upright if that's better for you today, but if you're comfortable with it, again, you can arch back even just a little bit and then swoop it forward. We're going to do 5 of these. This is number 2. So lower half very steady here so that that upper body can really just release into that swoop. Let's go one more time here. Now the next time we're going to come down and hold in kind of a hovered position. We could call this even a humble warrior variation. So that heart just floats right over the knee. We're actively reaching back through the fingertips. So we've spread the fingers wide. We'll lift back up through that crescent lunge. And now let's just open up to the long edge of the mat into our warrior 2, where we'll then push away from the ground, lift, and then we'll swoop it down and then come back up and swoop. All the while this front knee is staying in alignment with the second and third toes. Good. Now this time just land in the warrior 2. Spread out. Send this energy from the heart out through all 10 of your fingers. Feeling very steady, very anchored through the lower half. Let's move just a little bit more here. We're going to tip back and then inhale back into warrior 2 and then reach out, extended side angle. So you could drop at the forearm onto the thigh, or you can go deeper if you'd like. We'll inhale to warrior 2. Exhale, reversing the warrior. Warrior 2 with an in-breath. Extended side angle. Let's do it 2 more times through. Good. Lots of breath here. Lots of energy. So that prana is your life energy. Settling back into the warrior 2. We'll take a breath in, and then we'll just cartwheel it down from here, where we can step back to child's pose or down dog, and you could choose to flow through your yogi vinyasa, or you can just remain in your pose of rest. We will meet back there together. So lots of ways to get back up. You can crawl from child's, you can walk from down dog, you could lunge, you could even hop to the top. We'll move through that forward fold and then reverse the swan dive and take a strong arm swoop swing here. We'll lift and then meet at the heart center. Let's do all of that to the other side. So we're just going to start by stepping back with the right foot into either crescent lunge or warrior 1. So they're very close relatives. Warrior 1 might just give you a little bit more stability, a little bit more of a base. So either back heel lifted or heel lands and the toes angle out. Arms lift here. So really secure that lower half. And then when you're ready, a strong breath in and then a nice swooping, releasing breath out. Good. Just flush out what you don't need. And then fill back up with what you do need here. Let's go one more. Now we're going to come down and just hover. Reaching back actively through the fingers, but reaching forward intentionally through the crown of the head. Let's really firm up that back leg. Then we'll inhale back up and then just exhale here to the long edge of your mat. We'll reach up and out of the legs and then just swoop the arms down. Let's do that a few times. In and out of the warrior 2 legs. Nice big circle with the arms. Now this time we'll just land back in the warrior 2, settle into it. Let's let this be the home base. And we're going to move around this place a little bit. So we'll start with the reverse warrior, inhaling our way back. Changing the breath this time, exhaling to warrior 2, and then inhaling to your variation of extended side angle, exhaling back to warrior 2. Good. We tip back, breathe in, we exhale, land in that home base spot. Inhale to thigh or to floor, extended angle, exhale, back up. Let's go twice more. Good, last one here. Extended side angle. And then back to warrior two, maybe getting just a little closer to the ground here, a little bit more determined. We'll inhale, and then as we exhale, we'll bring it down, we'll step it back, and we can either flow or rest. The flow is the plank, the chaturanga, the back bend high or low, and then meeting back up in the resting pose. Exhale a lot while you're here. Good. Remembering lots of options to travel forward, to take that journey to the top of the mat. So let's inhale to prepare. And then as we exhale, we'll walk, lunge, or even hop all the way forward to the top. Let's reverse our swan dive here and take an arm swing. Exhale. Lifting up, inhale, and exhale to the heart. Nice. Now we're going to open up to the long edge of the mat. We'll open the legs wide. So toes open, knees are following the toes. Let's go ahead and sink down into a sun squat here. So we'll open up the arms like we're just holding a really big sun in our arms. The mouth kind of matches the shape here of your arms. As we pull the knees wide to track the toes, we feel nice space through the inner hips, and we'll draw the tailbone down while the pelvic floor lifts up and the belly hugs back. So nice and secure here in the sun squat, nice and warm. Heart is beating. We're going to add on. So let's just lift up. Let's sink back in. Yeah, welcoming that warmth, welcoming that energy. So we're going to move the sun squat into the sunflower. So we'll lift, we'll sink through, and then hinge from the hips, swoop down, and then lift up. And just try to take up as much space here as you can. So like you're drawing a bigger sun now with your fingertips. Like your fingertips are the paintbrush. So how big can you make that sun? How much warmth and energy can you welcome into your body? Let's go 3 more here. Good. Now we're going to come up and then we'll settle back in just one more time here into that sun squat. Smiles on the dial again. You're feeling like you're really working this morning or this afternoon or this evening. Okay, just a stretch or two here, and then we're going to start to kind of calm things down. So hand or forearm to thigh. We're going to come up and over for a side bend, laterally flexing your spine. Good. Let's try to stay low. That's part of the challenge. Stay inside the heat of the sun squat, and then either hand or forearm, and then up and over. We're almost there. Stay low if you can. We're going to twist back to the center and twist. Nice, back to the center. And then now we relax. Take a moment here. Let the heart calm back down a little bit. We'll bring our hands to our hips. Our toes are forward, our knees are soft. We're going to hinge forward here. And just surrender down into a nice wide straddle fold. Good. And then we'll come up enough just to kind of comfortably bring ourselves down to the mat. So maybe you're turning to one side and then just sliding the back leg in. So we're going to go ahead and go down onto our backs to finish. First time really down on the mat today. So let's go ahead and draw the knees in and give ourselves a hug. As you release the hold, it might feel good to take a few windshield wiper knees. Just shift around the body. If there's any movement or stretch that your body is craving, you can do that now. And when you feel really good, you can find a spot to settle into, a still spot. We did a lot of movement today. So now let's recognize the importance of stillness. Take a few breaths. Relax the physical body. Try to let the mind rest as well. Stay here as long as you can. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time. Namaste.